morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, wherever you are in the world, especially in Japan. This is Brunch Boxing. I'm your host, Matt. And of course, joining us right now, we have the host of Brunch Boxing, the master of the walk and talk, the master of the sit and spit, the man who is making a comeback of his own, the John Madden of boxing, EzRaw Boxing. What's going on, Ezra?
Oh, I'm excited for today's show. Let's get it going. There's no need to BS today. You know, one guy came and said, I don't need no small talk. Let's see what you guys are talking about. I feel that guy's energy today.
Now, we also have the COO of Brunch Boxing, the man behind the scenes, the Mexican Al Heyman himself. Mike, what's going on, Mike?
Going good, Ezra. I do got questions. What inspired the comeback?
Let me tell you something. You know what? I realized I was like, I need to get this body moving again. That's what I realized. I don't want to be in shape. I don't want to be ripped. I don't want to be anything. I just want to be able to move. You get what I'm saying? I just want to be able to move. I just want to be dangerous. I want to walk down the street and be dangerous. And that's all it is. That's all it is. People want to do things for vanity. I don't need vanity. It doesn't do me no good, vanity. I want to be dangerous. And you know what? I'm really slow. I realize now my body is really slow. It's a little stiff. But let me tell you something. That right hook lands on anyone, and it's over. I tell you, that right hand lands on Brock Lesnar. He's a changed man. He regrets every decision he made in his life to that point. I'll tell you that right now. That right hook is something serious.
Yeah, you are slow. We're not going to talk about that. I am curious, though.
Double entendre.
Who's holding the pads for you?
That's my father. That is Mr. Hernandez. That is, and let me tell you something. He will not be disrespected. I'll tell you that right now. I will tell you that right now. Mr. Hernandez, the man that took a person with really no physical ability to be good at boxing and got him to a level that I don't think most people could. That's who that man is.
What level did he get you to?
He got me to sparring with pros, Matt. That's where he got me with. He got me in there with the guys that you were. Hey, can I interview you?
He got you to practice. That's
where he got me, Matt. That's where
he got you to practice.
Hey, can I interview you?
He got you to practice.
Hey. Not a lot of people get to practice up there. Hey, we all got to stop playing the child's games at one point. And you know, some people get called earlier in life and later in life. I got to get to a point where I got to train with professional fighters. And that's the damn truth. And that's why when you say, "Oh, what's Ezra got to say about Brunch Boxing?" That's why I have something to say.
Well, after seeing you and the old man hitting the pass together, I could see why you are the 1 in 1 5 and 1.
Let me tell you something right now, Matt. If that right hand lands on you, I'm telling you right now, this is horse getting kicked by a horse. I'll tell you right now. You won't be around to tell the story of the horse kicking you. I'll tell you that right now. If that right hand lands on you, okay? Hey, I just hope there's enough room for you to lay down.
It's funny because you throw the right hand from California and it's so slow, it'll take 6 hours to reach New York.
Yeah, but you're talking about the reaction speed that you have, so that's still twice fast enough as it needs to be to meet his target.
Yo, you know what? I might do a video to show my hand movement.
Show your hand movement. I hope I encourage that. Let's get Matt on camera showing his hand movement and put on those stupid glasses when you do it. Okay, put on those dumb glasses when you do it so we can see what you got.
Did you ever see that video of Chris Eubank Sr. dodging bees and flies? That's how great my hand movement is.
Oh, is it? Oh, man.
That's how great my hand movement is.
Oh, man.
All right. And of course, we have joining us the master marionette himself, the producer of Brunch Boxing, Huey P. What's going on, Huey?
Doing good. Happy we got an on-time start today. Just real quick, for everyone in the listeners, be sure to give a like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. We're trying to grow this channel. We want to get to 1,000 channels by 1,000 followers by the Fundora Thurman fight, 1,500 if possible, but definitely 1,000 by the Fundora Thurman fight here. So please go ahead, share the page, share the show, tell everyone you know to tune in. And then also, we got two very different trains of thought from the listeners on Ezra's comeback. From Trill, Ezra Hernandez, IBF interim cruiserweight champion.
He saw it. He saw the power in it. He saw the motion in it.
And from our guy Gritty, Boxing Print Co., Salt Poppy in 3.
That one pisses me off. That one. You know what? I got to be honest, though. The more and more I'm getting back and just working a little bit, the more and more I think it's a closer fight. I got to be honest with you. It's not like my confidence is growing more and more. It's like it's getting more realistic. It's like, oh, no, that might be tough.
But you gotta admit, Ezra, you did look pretty bad.
I think I look very sluggish, 100%. I'm also on Crocs. I don't think it looks great. I wouldn't say that and be like, well, that's a high level fighter. I'm not. I won't. I'll be 100% honest with you. But I'm telling you right now, that motion and that hook. I'm just telling you right now. Go in your backyard and
You know
try it.
what's crazy?
That's what I would recommend.
Your dad moves faster than you.
You know what? I should show him hitting the pads. He's pretty slick. I gotta tell you,
Yeah,
he's pretty good.
you could tell that he
Yeah,
moves
he's
faster
pretty
than
slick.
you.
He's pretty slick. I'm telling you right now, Matt. Don't be you. That's deceiving speed right there. That's what I'm telling you. You think you're one of those guys. Let me tell you what you are, Matt. And I'm gonna tell you right now what you are. You're the guy at home that's like, oh, Adrian Peterson's not that fast. I could do this in the NFL. And let me tell you something. You would be shocked when you got in there. That's what it'd be like if you got in there with me. You would say, I could see it coming, and then boom, it'd be like I didn't. You wouldn't see the
Adrian
next day
Peterson.
coming. That's what would happen. That's what I'm telling you. Is it that slow shot right there? That's what Michael Moore thought before George Foreman knocked him out. I can see everything coming, and then it's over. And it's like, and then it happened. It happened. That's exactly what would happen, Matt. It would
George
happen.
Foreman was 46 years old.
Hey, I'm 35. We ain't that far apart.
Okay.
Hey, Matt, I seen that and I'm like, I got a chance.
Yeah, I saw that. I was like,
I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now, guys. I'm telling you right now. For your health, I'm just telling you right now. You don't want to get touched with that. I don't care how slow it is.
all right,
You know,
Brunch
people think
Boxing Listener of the Year.
people don't think trans can go that far, right? They think like I get from that.
Wait, what?
A tramp.
Oh, okay. All right, Brunch Boxing Listener of the Year, Rosebud Ice Cream wants to know, is Ezra trying to get another professional fight?
No, that's the thing. Definitely not. 100% not. Because 0-1 feels good. 0-2, that this kind of starts to hurt after a while. 0-1 is like a story. 0-2 is like, hey, this is you really went for the, 0-1's a little mystery. I don't mind 0-1. It's a little mystery to it. But I'll tell you right now, though, what I want is that if I walk down the street and someone's disrespectful like Matt, I can put a stop to it. That's what I want. That's all I want.
Would you rather be 0-1, 0-2, or 0 hard?
Come on, Matt. I think on that note, we got to get into the show. Wow. All right. So this week, the biggest news we saw in the week was the official announcement of Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani. So
let's go.
Matt, you broke the news. You broke the ticket prices. We saw Brunch Boxing break the undercard here. So take us through everything for this fight, the gambling odds, your first impressions. What about their first face-to-face encounter at the press conference? Just tell the people what you see about this fight and what they can expect.
First of all, arigato to all the Japanese Brunch Boxing fans. We appreciate the support. I'm giving you guys a great bow, a respectful bow, not a shit bow.
A good bow?
Okay? Yeah, this is a good bow. You can't see right now, but I'm giving you guys a good bow. All right? Now, obviously, the fight has been announced. Junto Nakatani, Naoya Inoue, May 2nd, Tokyo Dome. It's going to be sold out. They're expecting over 50,000 fans there. I did watch the kickoff press conference, and I got to tell you, Inoue, I'm ready for Huey to bring out the picks board already. I'm taking Inoue by knockout. This ain't going to be close at all.
I think that's a popular opinion right now.
Yeah, it is a popular opinion right now, and I find it funny that's a popular opinion because a lot of people in boxing, fans included, were talking copious amounts of shit about Inoue when it came to Nakatani. Oh, Nakatani's this, Nakatani's gonna beat him. Oh, why won't Inoue fight Nakatani? And I think that they legit thought that Inoue wasn't going to fight him. So they were preemptively talking shit to make it seem like this guy could beat Inoue. But what they didn't realize is that Inoue is the Michael Jordan of boxing. And he took that personally. He felt disrespected that people thought that this Nakatani guy could even see him in the ring. So he went and chased the fight. He's the one that called out Nakatani at the JBC convention. He's the one that's been saying, hey, I'm going to stay at 122 until Nakatani comes up. He waited for Nakatani. He basically forced Nakatani's hand to Nakatani talked himself into an ass whooping because that's what he's going to get. You know, and it's funny to me how all of a sudden, all of a sudden, everyone who was saying Nakatani this, Nakatani that, EzRaw puts out a post. What type of fight is this? What type of fight is this? Everybody saying 80-20, 70-30, anyway. Now all of a sudden Nakatani has no chance. No, 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 no. Stand on what y'all said. Where are all the Nakatani supporters at?
This is not going to go the way you think it's going to go, Matt. I'm telling you right now. It is Inoue's job to get that fight. He's the A side. He does have to offer. He does have to say all the stuff he's been saying. Well, he could have waited long ago if he wanted like this. Now, I commend him for waiting, right? But Junto didn't back down. Junto's not happy to be there. He got the longer reach. Anyway, shown he can be hit by mid guys. I can only imagine somebody with elite power. We're gonna have to see how he can take that. Like I say, I got my guy Junto with the knockout.
Yeah, but I think what's happening, and here's the problem, is that most people, in my personal opinion, right, a lot of people that write for boxing, they don't 100% like know what they're looking at. I really don't think that, and I think that a lot of people are just a prisoner of what they saw last. And I think that we saw Junto in a really, really tough fight last, a fight that a lot of people thought he lost, right, or felt like he was given a gift decision. And I think that from there they just lost all faith that he could be in a way, or lost all faith that he could be competitive in a way. The way I see it is this is the most talented fighter and who he's been in the ring with since Fulton. That's the way I see it. The way I see it is the fight that he was in last, which was a very, very, very tough fight, very hard fight for him, is not the fight he's going to be in with Inoue. Okay, and if Inoue were to eat those much shots as the last opponent did, what was his last name? What was the last opponent's last name for Junto? All right. But if he
Sebastian
were
Hernandez.
Hernandez, right? If he were to eat those shots like that, I don't think that'd be a good night for him. The one thing also I would say is that there was someone, I don't know who, someone posted that they thought that Inoue had lost a step, right? Just a little bit. And I do see some of that. I do see some of that. Now, I always said, my opinion was that what we were seeing was the Pretty Boy Floyd, right, version of Inoue, right, where he was very offensive. His physical abilities were just superior to his physical and technical ability were so superior that no one could stand in front of him. But I needed to see the point where he becomes Money Mayweather, where he's more defensive, he's more tactical, he's more able to win rounds and take less chances. I haven't seen that fully. I've seen him spurts, but there's still points where he does get touched, and he is a guy that. So when he gets in exchanges, he does rely a lot on athletic ability. He does rely on being able to move out of a spot quickly. And I see that slowing down just a little bit. I see that slowing down a little bit. And I see him get touched in fights. If I go to every fight time, I can show glimpses of him getting touched. And sometimes I think it's funny when we talk about Boots and we say, oh, he gets touched too much, right? And someone's going to put him to sleep. Well, I mean, I could go to Inoue fights and find clips of him getting touched too. I'm not putting Inoue down in any way. He's the best fighter in the world, in my opinion, right now. He's the best fighter in the world right now. But I do see steps of him slowing down, and I do see Junto being one of the tougher opponents he's been in the ring with. I do see Junto being able to do things that a lot of opponents that he's been in the ring aren't capable of do. I do see him as an offensive threat that I didn't see as the other guys he's fought. So I think that to people going away and saying this is one-sided, all these things now, I do think that's just being a prisoner of the moment.
Listen, I'm a prisoner of what you're still doing in the ring. And Naoya Inoue has never had a close fight. He's never, to me, in my opinion, been in any trouble where I thought that he was in danger of losing. He's been beating the hell out of everybody, okay? So it is what it is. I'm looking at it this way. Junto Nakatani, he did not impress me in his last fight. But even before then, I never thought he would beat Inoue. I always thought Inoue would cook him. So I haven't seen anything from Junto that makes me believe that he has a shot against Inoue. And I think Junto is going to get beat the fuck up. He's going to get slept. He's going to get slept. This is going to look like Paul Williams against Sergio Martinez in the second fight. This is like he's going to sleep, and it's gonna be brutal, and it's gonna be one of the craziest knockouts we've seen in boxing in a long time.
I think if Inoue is super aggressive in the fight, it could end up in a knockout for either guy, and it could be easily that Junto gets knocked out cold, right? But that's a competitive fight until that point. Now, to me, the way I see the Inoue would win this fight, the way I see it play out for him, is he would box more, and he would not give Junto the chances and opportunity in exchanges like that, or walk it into something that Junto throws, right? Because Junto does kind of loop things and stuff like that. And when you're a guy that relies on movement and reflexes, sometimes in exchanges like that, you could get caught. So I would think that the Inoue would look to box more, but I know that, like, I'm talking to J-Roll, talking to you, it seems like you guys think that he might even be aggressive, and he would still dominate in that fight. I think that's a much tougher fight. I just think that, I think we're downplaying Junto a little bit. That's all I see. I think it's a very good fight. I'm still very excited for it. I do see what you see, that a lot of people are kind of backing away from previous statements that they made. I still see it as a very, very good fight.
Listen, I'm very excited for the fight. I think it's a great fight. Obviously, it's a great event. It's a huge event. It's the biggest event in boxing. But Junto Nakatani backers, save your money. Save your money, guys. It's not going to go the way you think it's going to go. Sorry, Mike.
What did you think about the opening odds for the fight?
Well, the opening odds had Inoue at minus 370. And Nakatani was like plus 210, but now those odds have shifted even more in Inoue's favor. And I think by the time fight night comes, Inoue is going to be like minus 600 to 700.
I think by the time
I think people know what they're about to see. I think people know that Naoya Inoue isn't just a generational talent; he's historically great. We're about to see the crowning achievement for one of the top 25 fighters to ever lace the gloves.
I think that as we get closer, the odds will tighten up a little bit. I do think that. I think that a lot of those odds were because, or why? Because they knew that money was going to come in Inoue early on this fight. I think a lot, like I said, people have seen last
No,
performance.
but that's not true because it started at minus 370 and it drifted to 450.
No, I know.
See,
It went wider.
the problem is listen. The problem is your take was based upon the wrong assumption that the minus 450 was the opening odds. That wasn't the opening odds.
No, that's fine, but it's no matter what. What I'm saying is the reason that I think that the odds are even at 3, whatever they were, right, is because they know the money's coming on Inoue. They're not going to make this close because.
But the odds were close. 370 is close for an Inoue fight.
It's not. No, it's
It
not.
is. Let me put this in perspective for you. The last time a Naoya Inoue fight opened with less than a minus 1,000 odds was Stephen Fulton. Okay, only hold on. Only 2 times in Inoue's entire career has the odds been less than minus 1,000, even closing. That was the recent fight against MJ, where it was like minus 800, and then the Fulton fight.
Okay.
So minus 370 opening for Inoue is very close.
Oh, it's close for an Inoue fight.
Correct.
Yeah, I mean, what I'm saying though is when we were talking about this fight before, and I feel like if that last fight hadn't happened, I feel like the odds have been a lot closer than going into this fight. But because that last fight happened, that's why I feel like we have a wider gap too. And I think that they, the money knew the odds.
All right. Listen. I can't listen to this. Let me just ask you a simple question.
Okay.
What do you think the fight is going to close at?
I think. Well, I'll just put it this way. I think it's tighter than where it's at right now.
What do you think is going to close at?
I don't know about the exact number. I just think it's going to be closer by than.
Give me an estimate. Give me a ballpark.
In the 300 range.
So it's going to go back to where it started.
Yeah. But back to where it was, or maybe even a little closer. I think money's going to come in on Junto late.
Is it going to close minus 370 or less?
It'll close or in the 300 range.
Okay. Yeah. That's not going to happen.
That's what I'm saying, because you're saying it's going to go the other way. You're saying it's going to get wider.
Yeah, I think it's going to be about minus 600 to 700.
Can we write that down, Huey, so we can see that later?
Yeah. Write that down. Write that down.
I like how you guys act like the show's not recorded.
Yeah, it's wait that you.
Man, there's a lot of weeks, Mike. There's a lot of
weeks, Mike. There's a lot of weeks. The
Ezra,
shows are
what did you
long.
say
The
you
days
thought it
are
was going to
short.
close at minus 300 range?
Yeah, 300.
And
And Matt thinks it's going to go wider than 4.
All right, so just greater than minus 400.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So is this the biggest fight in boxing?
Without a doubt. The question is,
No.
can there be a bigger fight in boxing? Is there a potential fight to be made that could be a bigger one than this?
Well, forget about that. Mike said this is not the biggest fight in boxing. What's the biggest fight in boxing right now, Mike?
For me, it'd be like Tank Haney, Tank Shakur.
No, made, Mike.
No.
No, we're talking about made. We're talking about made. I'm talking about.
Oh,
What I'm asking is, what could be made that's a big.
But why are you changing the question? We want to talk about how big this fight is. Why are we trying to pivot from the fight?
This is right now the biggest fight happening right now by far.
No, because we all agree this is the biggest fight in boxing right now. This is the biggest fight.
Okay, it's the biggest fight in boxing. So why are we fantasy booking something that's not even happening?
I wasn't. That's what I'm saying.
This is actually happening.
No,
what
I'm saying. Wait. Hold on.
Hold on. Let me ask you a question. I get what you're saying. I have a question for you.
Let me tell you why.
I have a question for you.
Go ahead.
Of the fights that's already on the schedule, is there a close second? And if so, what's second as the biggest fight?
No, there's not a close second. Oh,
I think that's the Zerto Benavidez is pretty big.
I don't want to count this, but Mayweather Pacquiao. Okay, Mayweather Pacquiao. I don't know what that's going to be. I think that's going to be big. I don't want to count it, but that's going to be pretty big.
You don't think the Zerto fight and Benavidez fight is a big fight?
I think it's a big fight. I don't think it's bigger than Junto.
I didn't say we're not saying bigger. He's saying another big fight. He said
it's a big fight. It's a big fight. I think it's a big fight, but not even close to this level.
What about Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero?
Come on,
that's a big fight. That's
not a bigger fight than this. I don't even think it's
not a bigger fight. Yeah, not a bigger fight. There's nothing that's going to be bigger than this fight. That's already
well. Pacquiao Floyd. Pacquiao Floyd.
That's not even going to be bigger than that. No.
The thing about Pacquiao and Mayweather is it's huge, but there's no stakes to the fight outside of personal pride. Like they're not fighting for titles. They're not anywhere near their prime. The thing that this fight combines is it's an event. So you've got a stadium event. You've got a massive pay-per-view show in some parts of the world. And you've got high stakes. There's an undisputed title on the line, and the level of accomplishment. I posted a tweet last night. Between the two of them, with all those rankings I keep track of, you're talking about a combined 28-0 against ranked contenders between the two of them. The last fight I can find that was anywhere close to this, and it was slightly more, is Larry Holmes and Michael Spinks with 31 ranked wins between the two of them. Like the level of accomplishment going into this fight is off the charts. And for a fight between two undefeated fighters to have that many individual, like they've basically wiped out all of their divisions. This is a fight that combines all of the elements that make a great fight.
Let me ask you a question though, Cliff. Let me ask you a question. Is this one of those 28-0 against ranked contenders like LeBron James and Bronny James have over 40,000 points together in the NBA?
No, not quite. Inoue's are better than Nakatani's, but Nakatani's got 10, and he was he's beaten top 5 contenders. I mean, you look at Nakatani; he's got some really quality wins in there, right? Like he's got the unification to win at bantamweight. He's got Andrew Maloney was a good win when he beat him. Francisco Rodriguez has been a steady throughout the years. He's beaten some guys that went on to win world titles that weren't ranked yet. I mean, Nakatani's 32-0 as a career does not have the depth or quality of Inoue's, but it's really, really strong. And he's been rock solid from 112 to 118. He had a tough fight at 122, but That's not a knock. I mean, that's not really a knock. You're allowed to have a competitive fight. I thought he lost that fight, but not where it was like 8-2 or something. This fight is fantastic. You can't really ask for much more than this fight. I mean, there's not much of a higher degree that you can get in any era than two guys clashing at this point in their careers.
All right, we got a couple questions from some of the listeners. Talk Trend says, didn't Inoue struggle with 36-year-old Donaire? I just want to point out, he won that fight 9-3, 10-2. And then the second fight, he beat him in less than 3 rounds. So, no.
He also knocked out Donaire in the 11th round, and the referee screwed up the count. Like, that should have been a knockout.
Correct. So, no, he did not struggle with a 36-year-old Donaire. And I'll be honest with you, and, no offense to Ring Magazine, but I think naming that their fight of the year kind of screwed people up to make people think that was a close fight when it really wasn't a close fight. People were just excited because they saw Inoue get hit. I think the obvious fight of the year for that year was Spence versus Porter. That was the real fight of the year. But people were so hyped about Inoue getting hit. One time you saw Inoue get hit, and all of a sudden it's the fight of the year. So I think that's what really happened with that. And we kind of saw that with my man Cardenas, and then we saw it with Nery. Every time Inoue gets hit, all of a sudden it's the fight of the year because it's like the Russian is cut.
Before we move on.
Well, and here's a funny thing about the Donaire fight. People bring that up. Well, he struggled. Well, actually, what you found out is against a 36-year-old that could still punch like a nuclear weapon. Inoue with a broken orbital bone, which most fighters quit with, and Inoue rocked in that fight, proved that he could take a shot from one of the best punchers of his generation, endure through it, and beat the living shit out of the guy. So actually, that fight's a big bonus in Inoue's favor.
Yeah, that's my biggest concern about Inoue, that even if Junto does hit him, that he's still going to come. It's not going to bother him.
Yeah, and I also want to point out, don't need to go there. For all intents and purposes, you could have an argument that he should currently be one of the 118-pound champions right now, and he's in his 40s. So let's relax.
All right, and then for those listening on the YouTube channel and on Twitter, that the voice you were hearing was Cliff Rold from the Corner Stool. You can follow him on Substack. Also, we have JBZ from the Boxing Source joining us right now. What do you got to say, JBZ?
Yo, what's going on, folks? I just posted on the chat, before joining on, that I feel like Inoue is going to be around like a, like minus 500 or so favorite when the fight actually happens. As far as like the biggest fight this year, it's like the biggest fight this year so far. If they have the Haney versus Ryan Garcia rematch, I think that will be bigger for boxing. I just think that, for this, I have it to where the Benavidez Zurdo kind of steals a little bit of the, attention from a boxing perspective, because it's like you're going to have it, during that night over here in the States. And then later on, we got, that Inoue and Nakatani fight. So it's like, damn, we're going to have to stay up, either stay up real late for, the Inoue joint, or, have to just wake up and then see it. So that's the thing I have on that particular topic right now.
All right, and then question from friend of the show, Blunts and Boxing, and Cliff, if you're still here, this is for you and Matt specifically. If Nakatani wins, how high on the pound-for-pound ranking do you see him? He wanted to direct that to TBRB ranking panelists.
I mean, I'd have to see what the win looks like. If he goes out there and knocks out Naoya Inoue, I mean, that's a top 3-4 argument.
Well, right now on the Brunch Boxing pound for pound, Nakatani is at number 7. If he defeats Naoya Inoue, no controversy, no bullshit. If he defeats Naoya Inoue, he shoots up to number 1 for me, because that is far and away the best win in boxing. Because we saw Naoya Inoue clean out the 122-pound division twice. He cleaned it out twice. He cleaned it out when he got there, and he smacked away any of the new contenders that came up. So this is his third go round, showing that he's the king of this division. And you have a guy moving up that struggled against Sebastian Hernandez. If he was to beat Inoue, it's automatically the best win of anybody on the pound for pound list. So he would have to shoot up to number one for me, being that he already has a pretty damn good resume.
Those Hernandez guys, man, good fighters.
Well,
The heart,
here's
lot of
something else,
heart.
Matt. Oh, I was going to say, here's something else to consider, Matt. If Inoue beats Nakatani in the fashion that he has won some of his other big fights, right? If he has a performance like he had against Manny Rodriguez or a performance like he had against Stephen Fulton, we're not just talking about whether or not Inoue is number one pound for pound, which I think he is anyways. We're talking about, is Inoue now in the conversation to overtake Wilfredo Gomez all time as number one at 122 pounds historically? Like,
Yeah,
I think I mean, that's a legitimate argument at this point. Inoue will have, I think he'll go to what, 9-0, 8 or 9-0 in the division. Almost all the wins are top 10 wins in the division. He has unified it, which no one else had ever done. I mean, he's seriously in that conversation with El Terrible and Wilfredo Gomez and Marco Antonio Barrera for the greatest 122 pounder of all time.
I'll go a step further because I'm not sure if you heard me earlier, Cliff. I think a win over Nakatani, you could legitimately say that Naoya Inoue is a top 25 fighter of all time.
Oh yeah, I think we're getting to a point where, like, as he racks up quality wins, he's going to move up. He's going to make a significant contribution to discussions even farther. I mean, it's not just the number of quality wins he has. It's not just the number of titles. It's the longevity at this point too. Assuming he wins, if he beats Nakatani, assuming he wins whatever other fight he has this year, he will enter. He's going on 13 years at the championship level undefeated.
It's funny because you and I think rightfully so, we always make the comparison with Inoue with Terrence Crawford because their career trajectories have been basically parallel. And we saw Terrence Crawford with his magnum opus against Canelo Alvarez, which I think that win for Terrence Crawford, I think that opened up a lot of uncomfortable conversations that boxing historians might not want to have about, some of the guys who we feel are the greatest of all time, with Terrence Crawford sneaking into those conversations. I think the same thing will happen with Naoya Inoue if he beats Junto Nakatani.
Oh, absolutely. And I mean, I don't want to project out too far because Nakatani could knock Inoue out. Like, Nakatani has that kind of power. I don't know if he has the speed to beat Inoue, which is why I won't favor him in the fight. But he has skill and power. But the thing about the Crawford win, sometimes you get to a certain point where you're crossing a Rubicon. And I know I was probably over my skis a little bit, but after he beat Canelo, I made the case on here for him to fight Bivol. And the argument I was making at the time is that would be the sort of win that could actually put Crawford in the conversation with Ray Robinson and guys like that. Like, you would have a modern great who could compete for the number one spot all time. I don't know if Inoue can get that far. But Inoue being a top 25 fighter of all time, I mean, the stuff I put together back in 2022, I checked, how he has advanced in that. He's getting very close to being in that top 20 conversation all time for just accumulation of quality wins. And his longevity is, I think, the part that gets most overlooked by a lot of the American press. Like, they really don't get that he was there with Crawford from 2014 forward. That he didn't enter their consciousness until the Superfly card outside of hardcore circles, but he'd already been there for 3 years. And now here we are almost 10 years later, and he's still fucking here. That's incredible.
Now, let me ask you a question. Does him fighting Nakatani make up for him missing the hardcore 4 at super flyweight?
It goes a long way. I think everything he adds to his career adds a lot to that. And I've said before, I don't think it's that he missed all 4. I think it's that he missed 2 of them in particular. If timing is a little bit different, if things line up a little bit different, you don't have a hardcore 4 if Inoue can fight Chocolatito and Gallo Estrada, right? Those are the 2 names that are missing from his record, but he missed them inside of his first 16 fights. So, at some point, the accumulation on the back end matters. And if he can start knocking off young tigers like Nakatani after he beat Stephen Fulton, a win that is going to become underrated by some, but when you go look at it in context, I mean, Fulton's entering that off of wins over Angelo Leo, Brandon Figueroa, and Daniel Roman. I mean, those were high-quality wins. He beat a high-quality fighter that night. At some point, like, the wins you're getting at weight divisions those people couldn't compete at start to matter a lot. And yes, I think Nakatani answers to a lot of that, of what's missing in the early part of his career.
Now, a lot of times when people talk about fighters and resumes and stuff like that, especially when it comes to all-time greats, they want to know how many Hall of Famers have they beat. Has Inoue beaten any Hall of Famers?
He beat Donaire.
The one, yeah.
I mean, he's got one rock solid. What I would say, though, on the Hall of Fame, though, and I think this is significant, I don't think his career is littered with Hall of Famers, but there's another guy his size whose career was also not littered with Hall of Famers, and that's Eder Joffrey. Sometimes you have a fighter who is so dominant that other people don't get the opportunity to become Hall of Famers in their generation. Carlos Monzon is like that. He's got a few Hall of Famers on his record, but most of them were either shop-worn like Emil Griffith, or they were too small like Jose Napoles. Outside of that, his own size, he's got Valdez and Benvenuti. There's only 3 or 4. And Monzon is regularly in the conversation for the greatest middleweight of all time. And at the lower weight, you don't have as many Hall of Famers because most of that action has occurred outside of the United States. And so U.S. boxing writers who make up the majority of the modern voting for the Hall of Fame don't vote for those guys. I mean, it took a massive campaign to get Kaosai Galaxy in there. Almost none of his contemporaries are in. It took over a decade to get Chang and Yu in. That's an unfair metric for fighters under the featherweight limit who fight outside the United States.
Where do you rank Junto as opponents for Inoue? Where does he rank?
I would, going into the fight, he's one of his top 5 opponents. I don't know if he's his best opponent. I still think, given the context of the fight going into the fight, Stephen Fulton was probably his best opponent. Okay. But this is because I think Fulton's, especially when you look at how some of Fulton's wins have aged, Figueroa and Leo have aged very well. Both fighters have gone on to do good things since.
Yeah, and not only that, Figueroa aged well twice because he came back and beat him again.
Mm-hmm.
Ezra, I do have another question for you, similar here to the rankings and where they have them. But JBZ, you have your hand up. What did you have to add on the conversation here right now?
Yeah, on the thing with Inoue, first the Stephen Fulton win, of course, that being underrated because at the time, you had what was going on during the week with that fight and the fight between Spence and Crawford. Like Fulton, given the resume that he had at 122, some were considering him among the top 10 pound for pound during that time. At least I was, because of those wins that he had at 122. So that's why, that win for Inoue is an underrated win. And the other thing with, what Matt was mentioning in reference to the super flyweight division, Road had a good point, was that, by the time Inoue was at super flyweight, like he only had like 15 or 16 fights. So maybe that, wouldn't have lined up for him very well at the time. But, still being able to have the resume that Inoue has, facing and defeating top 2 or top 3 guys within every division that he's been at, that kind of like is a very, very good case for him to not only be within the top 25 all time if he defeats Junto Nakatani, but probably could be around the top 20 of all time. So
despite how eloquently Cliff put it, I think him missing the hardcore 4 at 115 is a crater size hole in his resume. And I think the Junto fight, like Cliff said, will go a long way into filling the gap of what he missed at 115.
The one thing I would add there, though, Matt, and I agree it's a hole. Like how big in context, we can debate that, and we have. But I think we also have to consider, like, we are the Superflight card was in 2017. Like, we're literally a decade away from that. And most of the hardcore 4 stuff happened after most of their clashes happened or at least half of them happened after he left to 118. I always think it's important to point out, like, he moved 3 pounds up from those guys, and none of them followed him up the scale, not one. And they had multiple years to do so. And it's I think that hole can be filled on the back end. And I think, yeah, I agree with you on the Nakatani part. But I just think the context of that is important.
Yo, the other thing too is that resume with the Hall of Fame resume. And y'all brought up Crawford, and Crawford has, some say 1, it should be 2 Hall of Famers on this resume. So we got to see how that ends up for Inoue as well.
If he
but,
beats,
I would say again. Oh, go ahead.
If he beats Nakatani and then he goes and clears out 126, I don't think anyone's bringing up 115. I just don't. I understand it. I get it, but
let's relax. Clearing out 126 is a very tall order.
Well, exactly,
I don't want to.
saying. Listen,
but saying, if you clear out 126, like, snapping the finger,
exactly.
it doesn't work like that, buddy.
You're asking what eliminates that from the conversation. If he clears out 126, no one's bringing up 115. If he beats Nakatani, clears out 126, no one's bringing up 115.
As nothing's ever going to eliminate that from the conversation. It will always come up, right? It's how big of a deal it is in comparison to the rest of his career, right? Like, Ray Robinson has been dead now for 40 years. He fought damn near 100 years ago, and people still bring up names that were near his era that he didn't fight. Whether they're accurate in doing so or not, I mean, people are still talking about, well, Robinson didn't fight Burley. That'll never go away. He didn't fight Chocolatito Gonzalez and Gallo Estrada, and those were 2 massive Hall of Famers that were at least close enough in alignment to him that'll always matter. But it's whether or not missing them can be outweighed, and I think it can be outweighed.
Now, I know this is a conversation that everyone hates to have. Is Naoya Inoue the face of boxing?
He has the biggest fight in boxing. This is potentially going to make the most money in boxing for real fights. I'm going to give me that Floyd Pacquiao conversation. I think right now he is the face of boxing. I think that to say that a year ago, 2 years ago, I think you'd been like really stretching it. But I think right now he is the face of boxing.
Yeah, I agree.
He's the biggest global star while at those weights since Nassim Hamed at the very least.
Yeah.
At those weights.
Yeah, to me, he's definitely the face of boxing. No one else is doing it like him. The only other guy that could have been in the run-in was Gervonta Tank Davis. I'm expecting him to bounce back in 2026, but let's see what he does. But Inoue is just moving on a different level than everybody right now.
He ain't fighting no fucking kickboxers.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, and the thing about Tank, Tank could be the face, but Tank had opportunities. Considering that he won his first world title now 9 years ago, he had opportunities to do a lot more than he has done. Some of that has been him getting in his own way, but he's never managed his career in the way that Inoue has, and So marketability, Tank on his best day can probably generate more revenue still than Inoue, but he didn't make the moves, and I don't know if he will. I mean, he's already past 30, but who knows? Guys are lasting longer now. Tank could add a lot in his 30s.
Now, EzRaw, your favorite thing to do tomorrow, today. Let's start with Junto Nakatani.
Okay.
If he beats Inoue, what are the people saying? What are the headlines?
That's a great question. That is a great question. I think that unfortunately, I think people, if you're looking at the way the media works, I think they'll be saying it was Inoue overrated. Did we overrate him? I think those.
What?
Well, I do. I think that. I'm not saying that's the way I would look at it, but I think that's what people are going to attack it. I think that the sway of like, oh, it's like a 90-10 fight, 80-20 fight, I think that a lot of that's to kind of almost take away from like Inoue's W here. I do kind of feel that way too. But I think that's what the mentality would be. You got to remember, like a lot of the guys at the top, well, the media, I would say, a lot of media, they don't truly appreciate Inoue. I don't believe a lot of guys. I think they think that he's fighting guys that they're not pound for pound guys, or they're not top guys because they're not watching them, and they're not. I don't think they're rating his wins that high. So I think that the guys are. I think people would be eager to, if he lost, to be like, hey, you know what? I think he was a little bit overrated.
Yeah. If Inoue wins, what are people saying?
I think that they're calling this guy an all-time great for sure, and I think that they're talking about a big fight with him in the States versus Shushu. I think that I think that when he goes 126, I think will be his biggest level of stardom. And we're talking about the face of boxing, but I think 126 will be like ascend from that, because you have guys like Shushu, you have guys like Espinoza, guys that people are more familiar with in a weight that people are a little more familiar with. And I think that you're talking about, we're talking about the face of boxing now. At that point, to me, it won't even be close.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the undercard for this fight.
Hold on, Matt. Before you move on, we do have one other person joining the panel, the host of the RNS podcast, host of the Sunday Morning Sermon, TY. Do you have anything to add on Junto Nakatani versus Naoya Inoue?
Yeah, Junto going to sleep. Next.
All right, Matt, let's take us to the undercard.
All right. So, as was revealed on Brunch Boxing, the chief support to this card is going to be brother of Naoya Inoue, Takuma Inoue, versus Kaz Ioka. Okay, Kaz Ioka is attempted to be the first Japanese boxer to win titles in 5 different weight divisions. Legendary shit he's going for. We're also going to have Jin Sasaki. Jin Sasaki is going up against a heavy hitting welterweight who I'm assuming, this is just me assuming, a lot of you guys have never heard of. A lot of you guys have probably never seen. He's only 5-0, but 5 of those wins by way of knockout. And he is a young guy who everyone thinks is the next Japanese fighter coming up. That's Sora Tanaka. And then you're also going to have an interesting fight between Japanese super bantamweight champion Toshiko Shimamachi going up against former title challenger Rhea Abe. So it's going to be a very, very interesting card. And they also put my guy Yoshiki Takei on the card. So great card.
Me and you often have
Man.
conversations about development, right, for fighters. I noticed that the Japanese boxers, they kind of skip ahead of development. They go right away. Why do you think that is, and what do you think about that? Like this guy's 5-0. I looked at his opponents. There's no like contender level guys there. He's going into that level. What do you think about that, of them putting guys like that? Because I know you are all about development.
So, in my opinion, I think a lot of Japanese fighters are here for a good time, not a long time. Nah, I truly do. And let's not forget, he's 5-0, but he's 24 years old. So he's had an extensive amateur career already. I think the Japanese, they just say, hey, listen, let's throw him in there and let's see what we got bright and early. But I don't think that it's a coincidence that as Japan has moved on to this style of matchmaking, the ring injuries and ring deaths have really skyrocketed in Japan.
Wait a minute. Is there correlation there, though?
It might be.
I mean, the last guy that passed away, how many fights did he have?
I don't know. Why don't you go look it up?
All right,
And don't refer to him as the last guy who passed away. What the hell?
I don't know his name, but I'm just saying.
So
the last
don't
guy
bring
that
him
passed
up.
away.
So, but don't bring him up. It just sounds very
What do you mean?
flippant.
What do I call him then? What do I call it? How do I reference it? How would I reference it?
It sounds
I wouldn't
flippant.
even know what to Google. If I Google, I would put. You know what I would put in Google? I would put last guy that passed away in a boxing match in Japan.
It just sounds flippant and disrespectful. I'll just say that.
I don't know his name. It's not disrespectful. I don't know his name.
Okay.
But all I'm saying is, if you're saying that, how many fights did he have?
Okay. You got it, bro. You got it, bro. You got it, bro.
Connecting dots that don't exist.
No, I don't think it's dots that don't exist, because maybe you shouldn't be fighting 8 and 10 rounders that early.
Okay.
You don't know that.
All right.
And for you not to know, just refer to him as the guy that passed away. Like, what are we
Well,
doing here?
if I Googled it, what was I to Google? Just tell me.
I don't know what you'll Google.
Exactly.
Who knows what you? First of all, I don't know what's in your search engine.
It's the last guy that passed away in a Japanese belt.
Okay.
JBZ, did you have anything to say on the undercard fights?
Oh yeah, listen, man. This looks like the Super Bowl of boxing in Japan over there with this type of card. It's something that I would expect for them to have usually during their time that they have the cards on the last day of the year or around that last weekend of the year. But this, like, you have probably like the biggest or most popular fighters in Japan all on the same card. Like, the only one that it doesn't have in there included is Tenshin, and I mean, even with that, this still is like, makes it really, really exciting to have these type of matchups, man. So I'm saying this is by far like the Super Bowl of boxing in Japan.
I agree.
Ezra, what's
Yo.
your grade for this card and the undercard?
A+, all the way around. A+. Great stuff. Ioka versus Inoue is damn good too. That's damn good. And Ioka is a massive star in Japan. He has his own cards. He usually has a New Year's Eve card. So Ioka's a huge star, and he's co-maining this bad boy versus Inoue's brother. That's a great card. That's a great card. Now I've never seen this guy that's 5-0. I've never seen him. But Jin Sasaki is tough. He's willing to throw. He's got some haymakers. He's got some power. I want to see what that looks like. Because this guy, I looked at his record and I'm like, I don't see contender. So this is going from this is just jumping up and saying, I'm going to enter contender status now. So I want to see what that looks like.
Power rank the fights on the undercard.
Power rank them?
Yeah.
I will go Ioka versus Inoue, number 1. Jin Sasaki versus the 5-0 guy, because I just out of level of interest of what that guy looks like, because they must really believe in him to put him there. At number 2, and the third one you said I'm not 100% familiar with. So
Tomomachi versus Rhea Abe.
Yeah, I'm not familiar with that one, so I'll go number 3.
Okay, all right.
Is that correct? Would you say, or no? You have something else?
I think that's pretty much right. That's pretty much right. Yeah, this is an A+ card all around. Great job by Ohashi. Great job by Mr. Honda for putting this fight together. And obviously, Ohashi is the lead promoter putting this card together.
Early pick. You don't have to put this. This won't be. We don't have to write this one down yet. Just early feel. Ioka versus Inoue.
I'm going with Ioka. I don't bet against Ioka. I love Ioka. I love what he does. I think Ioka is like he's the blacks of the Japanese fighters, the disrespected, the much maligned. You know how people around the world don't like the blacks. You know what it is.
So
they treat him like that. They upset because he got cornrows. They upset because he smoked a little weed. They upset because he got all these tattoos. They make him put on makeup to cover up his tattoos. That's how conservative the culture is. So they kind of treat him like a stepchild, but he swag. He swagged out. They don't like that. So to me, Ioka, I root for him. I thought he was unlucky to not get the decision against Puma Martinez in their first fight. Second fight was close also. Puma realistically probably took it. But I think that him moving up to 118, I think that's going to be a good move for him, man.
All right.
All right. And then last question before we move on to the next topic. Do you think that this fight can break the record for attendance at the Tokyo Dome?
Yes.
100%.
All right.
It's going to break all this fight is going to break all revenue records in Japanese history.
There we go. So next up in news this week, Oscar De La Hoya versus Vergil Ortiz continues on. Oscar wins in court, but they're headed for arbitration. Vergil says he doesn't want to return to Golden Boy, and Oscar has a clapback Thursday to respond to Vergil's entire team. What do you guys got to say on this?
Go ahead, Ezra. It's your people. This is your people.
I think I think Virgil and them have to wrap this up. I got to honestly. I think they got to make good within the deal they have with De La Hoya. They just got to find the fights that are the best fights they could do right now. I think that delaying this and this whole beef, which it doesn't sound like it's going to end soon, even after that clapback Thursday, it's really hard, I think, to come work your way back from that. But Virgil says he's going to continue it. I think it's a huge mistake. I think this is a massive mistake for a guy that's had big delays in his career. He doesn't need more. You know what I mean? He's right on the cusp of stardom, it feels like. He's right on the cusp of proving his ability, and now another huge delay, another issue. And I just don't think it's a smart move. De La Hoya, to me, just threw more fuel to the fire. I think that, posting Virgil's dad fighting shirtless, I don't think that's looking like to wrap that beef up soon. Doesn't sound like that to me. So, but Virgil, I just think business-wise, you just got to get done with this deal. Get the fights he can, because De La Hoya is still going to get you good fights. I believe that he's done good by Virgil. That's the thing, is like there's no negativity to me that what he's done to Virgil. There's nothing that Virgil's career has kind of lacked, in my opinion. It's all been positive, and I think you're right at the cusp of getting championship fights, world level opponents, and then another issue that you created.
Yo, what's up with Virgil Senior fighting shirtless in the hotel?
Man, I don't know. And it was the day before the fight too. Day before the fight. Have you ever fought shirtless, Matt?
No, never. And I'll go a step further. I would never fight anyone that is shirtless.
Okay. So you have you have to keep clothes on to fight.
Yes.
You wouldn't survive in prison.
I agree.
You would not survive in prison.
I agree.
You don't have the makeup for it.
I agree. Thank you. Apparently, you'll do real well in prison, pretty boy.
It's gonna be like the 25th hour for me. I'm gonna take a beating before I get in there, so that everybody looks like the 25th hour.
How do we
Oh man, that's a good question. I think for Virgil, in the words of the great Luther Vandross, it ends in tears. Sorry, buddy.
Tears for who? Virgil or Oscar?
Not for Oscar. Not for Oscar.
Matt, when do they have to have arbitration by?
September.
Okay, so that's just what, like, how I'm not really too familiar with this. How long can arbitration go?
I don't know. Depends.
That's what I'm curious.
Yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to end good for Virgil, because to me, either way, even if you get out of this, I think it's a huge delay to your career. Either way, I think it hurts his career. You get out of this. I mean, who the hell knows even if Booth is there when you get out of this, or who the hell knows where Booth is at when you get out of this? Like, you're chasing this one fight. To me, it just doesn't.
But here's the thing: he's not chasing this one fight, because one of the things that came out in the lawsuit is that they're upset that Oscar De La Hoya only offered them the Boots fight.
Mm-hmm.
So is it Uchimani or one Mike, Virgil? Do you want the fucking fight or not?
So do you believe that there's some part that doesn't want this fight?
I don't know. I don't know Virgil personally. I don't know Virgil personally. All I know is that Oscar presented him with the Boots fight, and then they said, no, you got to give us 3 other fights. And then all of a sudden, their excuse is that, we're trying to make the Boots fight, Oscar standing in the way of it. Which one is it, bro? Do you want the fucking fight? I have never believed that the fight was going to be next. And I've been saying that, so I don't know why everyone's acting all shy and why people are blaming Oscar. If people really want the fight next, then what they should do at this point is tell Virgil to sit down, shut the fuck up, let Oscar make the fight. This fight was never gonna happen without Oscar's involvement. Never. And what made Eddie Hearn think that Oscar was just gonna let him take his fighter? Like, none of it makes any sense.
Do you think that one delay of this fight being made is that De La Hoya does not have a long-term deal with the extended?
No.
Why do you feel that way?
Because the zone was willing to do the fight regardless. The fight was going to be on the zone regardless. I think Oscar might want to be doing business with another entity. And that other entity thought that Vergil was going to be part of this little business deal that they had going on.
Okay, so so we're kind of within the same thought process. I don't think De La Hoya was putting him in with Boots unless he had a deal with his own. And I think that De La Hoya's next move is dependent on is a key part is having Vergil on roster.
Yeah, but Ezra, how could do we think Eddie Hearn was going to put Boots
No,
and Vergil together right away?
well, I don't. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. Right, but that's what I'm just saying.
But no, I would say hell no, because there's no way that Eddie Hearn thought that he could sign away Vergil Ortiz for a multi-fight deal worth
And then put him in.
upwards of a reported $20 million, and Oscar De La Hoya was just going to say, okay, no problem. We knew this was going to go to court in the first place.
Well, of course.
He had to know that. So that tells me that there's posturing on that side also.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's wrong because that's what promoters do, right? You use with the fighters you have, you signed, and that's your roster, and that's how you go get a deal with someone. I'm just saying though, I do think that is a key factor. I think if Golden Boy and DAZN are going to work it out, and they worked it out tomorrow, I think you could get Boots Vergil. Like I don't think that they're holding this up because they don't want the fight. I think a lot of it's holding up is because there's no promise of tomorrow, and I think that's the big issue here with Golden Boy. And I get someone saying, "Oh, well, that's not fair to Vergil," but Vergil signed with the promoter. He signed with them, and the promoter offers him the fights, and he chooses within the fights that they offer him. That's the deal. That's the way it works. And if the promoter uses the fighters to get deals with the TV deal, that's the way it's always worked. So it's not, oh, that's a bad deal or nothing. That's just the way the business works. And I just never thought that De La Hoya was going to sign this fight on a one-off and not have a promise of cards in the future. It just doesn't make sense to me.
JBZ, you got your hand up. What do you have to add on this situation between Oscar De La Hoya and Vergil?
Oh, well, the first thing, take the L out of the lever. It's over for Vergil Ortiz or something like that, man. Basically, Matt is saying that Vergil Ortiz should be like Michael Cole. Know your role and shut your mouth. Nice shirt, 25 cents. The problem is he went into this promotional rights agreement with Golden Boy Promotions and signed off on the promotional rights agreement with financial terms that were clearly set on the agreement. Okay, it started off with that 1.5 million that he had for his fight against Sergey Boachuk. With him winning the fight, subsequent fights would be at least $2 million for him. Okay, with him, if he had a major world title, he would get paid at minimum $2.5 million. For this particular fight against Jaron Boots Ennis that was proposed to him, they offered, that is Golden Boy, $3 million plus a pay-per-view upside for it. Okay. Now, what Golden Boy's attorneys were contending was that Vergil Ortiz and his party wanted an upwards of $7 million for that fight. That's within the details of the lawsuit, 25 pages or whatever it is. So my thing is, on one side, Golden Boy has basically done what they needed to do in reference to the promotional rights agreement because, one, they provided you 2 fights per year that was within that contract, and 2, they were able to give you what you needed in order to have the fights that are available to you. This whole thing about the zone and having a exclusive network deal with the zone or something like that, that's irrelevant, and the judge pretty much determined that. So all Golden Boy has to do is just provide a fight for you and at least pay you $2 million, regardless of who the network was going to be. So for Vergil Ortiz to have this go at least to trial was a mistake on one part. And now with it going through arbitration, that makes it even worse for him. My thing was, hey, if you really had an issue with what's going on with Golden Boy Promotions, just see if you could have them buy out the rest of your contract. You only had pretty much 3 scheduled fights left on the deal because it was lasting until 2027. So just have someone buy it out. But nope, y'all wanted to go through the whole thing with the court process, and now you're gonna be stuck.
We've heard a lot. Talked about a lot of people here. Oscar, Vergil, his dad. Who do we think is to blame for this situation?
Oh man,
I don't think we've heard the name brought up.
Oh man. Well, I've said it before, and I say it again, Mr. Richard Meridian, because he's the other person that's included in the promotional rights agreement. on the party for Vergil Ortiz Jr. And I think he's the one that kind of like jumped the gun in reference to a potential fight with Boots Ennis. The whole thing with the matchroom stuff, hey, you could blame Eddie Hearn because he wanted to, jump the gun with that too. When all he would have had to do was just buy the contract out if he really was interested in either the services of Vergil Ortiz Jr. or making the Boots fight. Just buy out the contract.
I think it's Rick and Vergil Ortiz and his dad. I think it's both because you got to accept that we're going to go after and buy that guy's thing. So he bought it, right? So then that's where it went. Like I think it's both of them. It can't just be one. This dude's not doing everything on his own. He's got to go with the permission of the fighter, and the fighter's on his side. The fighter's buying what he's selling, and that's the mistake of that. That's the problem. Is I think that the fighters don't really understand what the promoter does. They don't understand the way the process has to go. When you sign with the promoter, he offers the fights. You don't get to choose your schedule. You don't get to choose your opponents. That's not the case. It's never been the case for these fighters, right? The promoter chooses who you're going to fight. They give you the options. When you choose them, that's it. You sign off on that. Your manager doesn't get to determine that. Nothing. You sign off on your options, and that's what he did. And this guy, Rick, convinced Vergil and Vergil's dad to go in a different direction and to try to work around Golden Boy. And I think there's going to be a lot of pain for the career.
Yeah, and why would you work around your own promoter? I don't get that logic. Man, I don't understand what Meridian was doing. It doesn't make any sense. Now he's lamenting the days of Bob Arum, cursing him out and all this. Yo, bro, pack it up, bro. Like, Vergil needs to pack this shit up within 5 to 7 business days and continue his career. Let's just keep it moving.
Ezra just packed up his camera.
Damn, what the hell happened? I didn't throw a hat at it this time.
All right. Any other thoughts on this situation before we move on? We're bringing back an old segment.
No, I want to talk Boots now.
All right. So he didn't ask for it, but we're offering it. 1-800-HELP-ME is back. EzRaw.
Yeah, we got we got an email for 1-800-HELP-ME.
Really?
Yeah. We got an email. This is, I believe his name is Jaron or Jaron from Philadelphia. He wants to know, EzRaw, I don't have an opponent again. My career is floundering. Please, realistically, help me build my career at 154 pounds while I'm here. What should I do? Signed, Jaron Ennis.
You know what? I got a solution for this, man. And it's simple. That's the thing. It's like some things are so simple, you just need someone else to see it. For some reason, maybe you're too close to the situation. There's a man, and he's a friend of the show, multi-time guest of the show, and that is Rashidi Atlas. And you know what? I think that fight would get a little buzz and excitement for people. And it also just keeps you active. Within all the nonsense going on, you could just get back in the ring, stay active, fight in front of your Philadelphia fans, fight for get another big sale of tickets and do another big fight and just stay consistent and show people, hey, I'm dominating here. I'm going to dominate this weight class. From that point on, you look for a guy, Josh Kelly, or whoever Josh Kelly's going to fight. Now, Josh Kelly, I thought was going to fight Conor Ben, but Conor Ben won and chose Zuffa. I don't know Josh Kelly. I don't think Josh Kelly's in that fight anymore. Now it makes a lot of sense that you fight Josh Kelly. Let Josh Kelly get one over there in UK, and then you fight him, and then you get that belt. And then from there, Xander Zayas seems like he wants to fight anyone. Xander Zayas doesn't look like he's afraid of anyone. Doesn't look like there's any nonsense with Xander Zayas. I say you go and try to make the Xander Zayas fight from that point. And I think that's the pathway here. I think you don't wait, get rid of the nonsense, escape this. Virgil's on some nonsense now. You got to evacuate that. You got to evacuate those plans. Rashidi Atlas, you can get in the ring. You can get him in the ring. I believe you can get Xander Zayas in the ring. I think he wants to get in the ring. So I think that's the pathway you go here.
Yeah. Listen, I have been asking for Rashidi Ellis. I have to be asking for Rashidi. And listen, Rashidi Ellis is the way to go. He's not getting Vergil next, right?
No.
We all agree, right?
Yeah, he's not getting him next.
So he's not getting Vergil next. What's the next best fight for him? Because he ain't getting Xander. I hate to break it to you. He's not getting Xander next. Xander's looking at the winner of Fedor Thurman. Or Xander's looking to slap up Josh Kelly. Like that's what we're looking at here. He's a guy without a fight. Fight Rashidi Ellis. It's a fight. First of all, it's a fight that people have been clamoring for years since they were both at 147. it's a fight between two East Coast fighters, one from the New England area and one from the Eastern Corridor, Philadelphia. You know, this is a fight that would do well in multiple cities. It'll do well in New York City. It'll do well in Atlantic City. It'll do well in Atlanta. It'll do well in Philly, and it will do well in Boston. This is the fight. Make the fucking fight happen. It's time. Rashidi Ellis is ready, willing, and able to fight Boots. I honestly think that the reason why this fight has been broached but not made is because people are afraid that if Boots fights Rashidi Ellis, he ain't making it to a Virgil fight because they think Rashidi Ellis might beat him. I think that's what it is. They are afraid that Boots is going to lose to Rashidi Ellis and it's going to mess up their dreams of this big fight. Well, you know what? If Boots ain't good enough to make it there, that's on him. But Rashidi Ellis is the fight to make.
I think too, if you go with like a guy like Madrimov, I don't think that's buzz. I don't think that creates buzz. I think people are gonna say you're fighting leftovers.
Please, no more Madrimov.
Yeah, I don't think Madrimov's the way to go here. I think Rashidi Ellis is like kind of just like an exciting opponent, a new name, and I think it's also a style that people think that the Boots will struggle with. So I think it also proves something. It would also show something. I think that's the way to go, and I think that the Cali fight is more realistic if you let Cali get one UK fight in.
Yeah. I mean, I think we solved this issue. Anybody else got any thoughts on the Boots situation?
I do. First off, shout out to EzRaw being a matchmaker here and giving out a plan of Jaron Boots Ennis. I think Matchroom should hire you on that front. You
First
know,
thing I would say, no fighters from Mexico.
First off, you know, we've been waiting for this Boots versus Rashidi Ellis fight since they were both on the same card over at the Verizon Center in Washington, D.C. And, you know, they had a good war of words before their fights that they had on that night. So I think that would be the perfect fight for it. You do have Rashidi Ellis that is at least ranked in the WBO rankings. He was just added to those rankings. You could have Josh Kelly have a one-off, you know, with that IBF world title. You could have Xander Zayas have another fight, you know, out there as being a unified champion. So with that being said, just have Boots versus Rashidi Ellis by, you know, mid-May or something like that. And then just wait on one of those world champions in the second half of this year. So I don't think it should be that difficult to make this fight. It could be in Philly. It could be in New York. I don't think it should be in Atlantic City, but I mean, they could put it in Boardwalk Hall, just like, you know, Boots versus Sandy Jonas. But if they had it in New York, oh man, that would be really, really nice. So I think that should be the plan.
All right. Matt, Ezra, anything else to add on this before we move on?
What do the Brunch Boxing listeners have to say?
They don't like Rashidi Ellis, man. Looking at the
What
comments.
do they want then?
Jamel Charlo is who they want.
Oh, come on. It's not going to happen.
Can you put up Juice Digital Cole? Nobody is afraid. The entire Brunch Box looks to be capable for a guy who turned down $500K for Boots. Bro. You're talking about 147 pounds. Get over it, bro. Get over it. Now, if he could realistically make a Jamel Charlo fight, of course we would take that. The problem is y'all not real. That's everyone lives in fantasy land.
Yeah, are we here to do a boxing show? Or are we here to give you guys nonsense? Because there's shows to give you guys nonsense.
We can give you guys nonsense. Hey, you know what? What if Floyd comes back instead of fighting Manny, he fights Boots?
Yeah.
Tune into
Uncensored. Make Boots a star.
We'll give you all the nonsense you want.
Yeah.
What are you even talking about?
We're not playing make believe here.
Let me. So Eddie gonna pay Charlo's fee? Charlo told you what it would take.
Come on.
Is Eddie gonna pay? Is Eddie gonna pay? Let me know. Let me fucking know. Y'all gotta stop. Y'all gotta stop with the crap.
This is like an alley radio.
Boxing fans are really unrealistic. They like to have this like fantasy bullshit and then try to gaslight you into thinking that you're the crazy one.
Yeah. And you know what's funny? It's like LA
Right.
radio when they call and they'll be like, call in and tell us what the Lakers can do. And people are like, trade Rui Hachimura and Gabe Vincent for Giannis. And like that's all you'll get. You'll get 20 of those calls back to back to back to back. People live in fantasy world. I don't understand. There's no point. It's like that fight's not gonna happen. We watch boxing, we all pay attention to it. We know that fight's not gonna happen.
What about these names from my guy Shrill? Conwell, Brandon Adams, and then you said the guy who just fought Xander.
All right.
You can't go with the guy who just fought Xander. Brandon Adams is coming off his biggest win, so I don't. That's not a bad option.
I like that.
Conwell doesn't. You know, I wouldn't mind it.
Yeah.
Honestly, me personally, I wouldn't mind it. But he is coming off a loss.
Nah.
Not
Brandon
only is Conwell coming off a loss. I mean, you know, respect to Charles Conwell. I'll say that. I'll just say that.
Please don't repeat what you said about
I'll just say that.
Cromwell, like
So
you said,
look. So this guy would rather Boots fight Charles Conwell, fucking Madrimov, Tellez, who just got his fucking ass kicked, by the way.
The second comment. Look at the second one after that. The one name.
Fucking Bronco. Instead of the others, but we're the crazy ones. Tellez just got his fucking ass kicked. Got his ass kicked. What are you talking about?
Yeah, the Tellez and Polanco one, I don't understand suggesting those two. The other names, reasonable.
Polanco's at 147. Madrimov, yo, Lord, please deliver us from another Israel Madrimov fight. Enough of this guy.
When you said Lord, I wasn't sure which one you were talking to.
Hey,
No,
Jesus Christ.
No.
That's a rocket.
oh, you mean like
a guy who is not going to sell anywhere.
I mean, and if you
Like,
just
what are
saw
y'all
Madrimov-
talking about?
if you saw Madrimov fight,
What are
he
y'all
stopped that
talking
fight,
about?
And he struggled in that comeback fight. He didn't look great that fight.
Hey, listen, Brick Squad says, Matt, stop hating on
Madrimov.
Israel. I don't know if he's talking about Madrimov for the country.
no,
Okay.
no. Because Mike Nakatani says it's not Israel Madrimov, it's Israel Midrimov. All right.
Yeah. And Brick Squad. And Brick Squad.
Matt,
If
you
it's-
don't need to
if-
repeat the joke. We gotta get
Whether or
on
not you're
break.
talking about the fight or the country, fuck them both.
Hey, whoa.
All right, Ezra.
Hey, whoa.
Oh my
we
goodness!
got
Why do we
one.
gotta go there? Shit.
Yeah.
Wait.
Fuck them both.
I didn't
I'm
even
looking at
see
our-
uncensored.
Oh,
I'm looking at our advertising.
Yeah.
I'm looking at our
Oh,
advertising.
here come the
Yeah.
bots.
Hey,
Oh my
listen.
God, here come the
Hey,
bots. You see?
hey.
How
Hey,
can you
see?
go down from zero?
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, you can. Negative. Yes, negative 1, 2, 3, 4,
Yeah.
5, and that's what it is.
Goodness. I'll tell you though, Matt, when he
Yeah.
gets off the rails, I know it though. I'm like, something trouble's coming.
Yeah,
And
I
that goes
heard
back
him
to-
say it the first
Hey,
time.
Let's
look,
end this show.
hold
No.
on. Hold on. Pull up that comment from Juice Digital Co. He says that Rashidi got ripped by Vernon Villa.
That's so angry we can't even hear him.
What'd you say, Matt? Your mic went out.
Say that I was got whipped by Vernon Villa. What are you talking about? Did you watch the fucking fight? He won 8-4. That was a bad split decision. What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? That's
Matt, you're
the
distorting
problem
your
with boxing fans. No, fuck that. Fuck this guy. Fucking moron. Fucking moron. What are we talking
What would you do that
about?
before?
Oh God, yo.
Ezra,
Yo.
tell us about Zuffa this weekend.
Oh man. Listen, Zuffa this weekend, you got Jai Opatai. He's the best fighter that's ever fought in Zuffa. That's a fact. He's the best
No, wait, hold on. I gotta stop this guy. L with Amino. Bro, Rashidi Ellis did not decline $500K to fight Boots. What are you talking about? He hurt. Eddie Hearn never offered that. Eddie Hearn offered $250,000, and then he claimed publicly that he offered $500,000. And Rashidi Ellis said right away, "I'll take that right away." What are you talking about? Y'all gotta stop believing. That's your problem. You guys love white man paperwork. You love white man paperwork. He was fucking lying. Even Josh Kelly told you that the shit that they offered for Boots wasn't accurate. He told y'all that the first time. That's why Boots ended up fighting Uisma Lima. And you're saying that you heard from Rashidi Ellis's manager? You're lying. Who's Rashidi Ellis's manager? Tell me who Rashidi Ellis's manager is. Tell me who his manager is. Fucking liar.
He may
I
have
think it might be Hitman.
Hey,
I think it might
listen.
be Hitman,
no.
honestly.
Hey,
That's
listen.
right.
You got-
Hey,
Hitman
listen.
might be the guess.
Hey,
He might
hey,
have.
listen.
He might
I
have
know
5
for a
minutes
fact.
to provide the
I
answer.
listen. Hold on. I know for a fact that you ain't hear from Rashidi Ellis's manager. Cause hey,
No.
hey,
Give him 5 minutes. Give him
hey,
5 minutes to provide the
hey,
answer, or else
yeah, yeah.
you might have to play that
Yeah.
clip.
Tell me who Rashidi Ellis manager is that you heard this from, because I know 100% that you didn't. I know 100% that you didn't.
That is funny.
I won't tell you how I know, but I know 100% that you didn't.
That's
Probably
funny.
Matt. I'm guessing it's Matt now.
You didn't hear from Rashidi Ellis' manager. I'll tell you that.
Oh, that's funny.
Hey,
He said he doesn't know, but he was on TBV.
no, nah, he wasn't. Nah, he wasn't. Hey, and let me tell you something. Rashidi Ellis is ready, willing, and able to fight Boots Ennis right now. Make the fucking fight happen. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. All right, Ezra. Let's talk Zuffa. Your favorite thing, because you're the UFC guy. You love Dana. You love Dana.
Hey, wait. Hold on.
Hey,
Slow it down.
don't put that on Ezra's
Yeah,
jacket.
slow it down.
Don't put that on Ezra's jacket.
Now, let's just say that. I'm talking about Zuffa. At least I've been enjoying the Zuffa cards. Maybe I'm the only one, but I've been enjoying them. And I'll tell you right now, Jai Opetaia is the best fighter ever fought on one of these cards. He was a legit champion. You know, things got shaky. Things got real shaky for Jai Opetaia the past 24 hours. But like I said, he's going to be fighting Glanton. Glanton is a aggressive, come forward fighter. I think that the physical abilities of Jai Opetaia will be way too much for Glenn, but that's going to be an entertaining fight for however long it lasts. But it is one of those for however long it lasts. I'd be stunned if we see the final bout in this fight. I got to be honest with you. I'd be stunned if we see the final bout in this fight. I think that that's going to be a action fight. I think it's going to be an action fight where Jai Opetaia's abilities is going to be prevail in the fight.
Are we picking this fight?
Huh?
Are we picking this fight?
Yeah, we can. You go first.
Well, I'm taking Jai Opetaia by stoppage.
Me too. Now, the next thing.
That's motherfucker.
Well, it's like I just told you what I was doing. I just gave the breakdown. The undercard of this, like we had to watch now, right? And the one thing about Zuffa is it's got to build these fighters, right? It's got to build fighters and build guys that you want to see. Even guys that their whole thing is like you could win and lose here and still be around and stuff like that. There were some guys that lost that I would still be interested in watching. As these cards go on, I want to expect to see these guys on the fight against other opponents. So you could build the familiarity with them. Right now, their whole thing is they fight the best versus the best. They don't do the nonsense that other promoters do. It's been like that sometimes, but some of the times it hasn't. Some of the times it has kind of felt like they're putting in cans and they're letting the guys that they want to win beat them. I understand that they're the early stages, they're trying to build a roster and all that. But if you're doing business just like the other promoters, I don't see how they could beat the other promoters. That is one thing so we had to watch the undercard and see how competitive these matches are, because when they are good and they do put guys that I feel like at least take their boxing career seriously, guys that still believe that they could do something, I do think you get better fights. And we have.
All right, you're rambling about nothing.
No,
Do you not
but
know the
just what I'm
undercard?
telling you. Listen,
Do you not know the
what I'm
undercard?
saying is we could be critical of them, right? When they do
You're talking about being critical,
do.
Ezra. Do you know the undercard? Yes or no?
I've seen it, but I'm not familiar with the names. I've seen the names. I've seen it.
Bro, how can you not? Hold on. How can you not be familiar with the co-feature, Ricardo Salas,
Yeah,
the
I'm
guy who put Roy Villa out?
No,
What are we
I'm
talking
familiar.
about,
No, no,
bro?
no. I'm familiar with Salas. I'm not familiar with his opponent, so I couldn't tell you whether his opponent is
You
at the
don't
level
know
he competes
Jesus
in.
Soracho?
Yeah, I'm not familiar with him. Are you familiar with him?
Yes, I'm familiar with him.
Okay,
He
is
had
it a good
lost to
fight?
Stalin Castro a couple of years. It's a good fight.
Okay, so it's a good
It's a
fight.
good
Okay, we got a
fight.
competitive co-main, and they've done
Yeah,
that, right?
and they both could punch.
Okay, yeah. So that's what Zuffa has done is they've usually put like a co-main that's pretty decent. The main cards have been pretty decent.
All right,
The
but we don't need some long soliloquy.
No, what we're talking about.
Who
Wait,
cares,
hold on. We let you go on these whole
bro,
goddamn rant.
bro?
Most of the time, we couldn't even hear you on the goddamn mic. Now you're talking solid. Then it's like, hey,
We got my guy Shenard Bunch on the card
oh, I
also.
didn't know that. I don't see the thing. Bring him on.
All right, that's why I asked you, do you know the card? Because you rambling like you don't know the
I don't
names
know.
of
I
these
can't see. I'm on
cards.
my phone. I can't see this thing. You guys
Okay,
are telling me I can.
but that's why I asked you. So all you had to do was be honest and say, I
No,
don't have the card in front of
I
me. Can you
told you
remind
I
me
didn't
who's
know
on
the
the
card. I said I
card?
didn't know the card.
No, no, you just
Hey
mentioned,
Matt,
oh, they got to build
hey Matt,
guys. What are you
hey
talking
Matt,
about?
hey Matt. Ezra was just basically being like a politician over at the
Yeah, he
U.S.
was bullshit.
Capitol.
He
He
was
was doing
I
bullshit
a
the whole
wasn't.
fucking time. He
We're
was
talking about
bullshit.
Zuffa. Hey, they're talking about what they're trying to build. That's all we're
Hey,
doing. So I'm telling
hey,
you what the
listen,
mentality is.
but we want to know about this specific card. And with you rambling, that's how I knew you didn't know the card. I'm like, what the fuck is this guy talking
I went
about?
through the
Like,
card. I went through the card. I wasn't familiar with the names. I knew Salas. I knew Salas. I didn't know his opponent.
you don't know Shenard Bunch from Showbox.
Gerard Bush, no.
Oh, well, you know, you see, you know what? I forgot you came to boxing during the pandemic. You know what? I forgot. You don't know boxing like that. You're right.
Bro, listen.
Fucking, Dan Palmer, he fought my guy Garrett Baby G Rice in the amateurs.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I knew that. Oh, yeah. I knew that. Yeah, that's the thing. Talking about.
Come on, man.
Talking about.
Listen, guys. The fights to look out for: Vlad Panin versus Shenard Bunch. That's going to be a really good fight. Shenard Bunch, a very tricky boxer. He could punch a little bit. Panin, he's one of those people that are going to overrate him because he's like from Eastern Europe. I don't think he's going to do much great things going forward, but this fight itself is a good fight. Ricardo Salas, you know what you're getting with him. You're getting a fucking Mexican war. This is an all Mexican fight with him and Jesus Saracho. Both guys are heavy punches, and they throw a lot of punches. So y'all should be expecting a war in this fight. We'll see if Ricardo Salas made the right move, moving from Knucklehead and Manny Pacquiao to Zuffa. We'll see, because I kind of think he jumped the gun here because he could have been on the Floyd Manny card, being that Manny Pacquiao is the lead promoter for that. Another guy to look out for, Emiliano Alvarado. He's going to be fighting on the prelims in the 6th rounder. He's going to be fighting Eric Rosado. No great shakes, but that is one of the guys that Zuffa's trying to build, Emiliano Alvarado. But for the main card, these are guys that you know that's just basically matched up. Now, Palmer versus Rubio. Palmer was a decent amateur. Rubio, he hasn't really fought anyone. They're both 14-0. So this goes with Ezra's. Remember, Ezra said, hey, just put 2 guys 10-0, let them fight. Winner moves on.
Figure it out.
This is an Ezra style matchup.
I love it.
This is an Ezra style matchup.
Ezra, wait. Ezra and the Japanese. Japanese
Yes.
love this. Ohashi loves this. Ezra loves this. Now,
Yeah.
Ohashi, he knows a lot about boxing, right, Matt? You would say Ohashi's kind of familiar with the boxing game, wouldn't you, Matt?
Well, Ohashi was a decorated fighter himself.
Yeah. So what I'm saying is, I agree with it. Ohashi agrees with it, but Matt knows better, apparently. Matt wants your 29-year-old to say, you don't know if he's ready yet. That's what Matt wants. He wants you to be at 28 years old, and Matt's still saying, you know what? We better take our time with him. Hey, this is a sport. Either you got it or you don't. Okay, this is a sport. This isn't. You don't get to. I'm sorry. This thing, you get to build a career here if you ain't got it. You got it or you don't.
Yeah, Ezra never heard of nobody. That's right, B Wise. Ezra never heard of nobody. Talk to him.
You know what? I'll be honest with you. If I don't know you, you are nobody.
Now what? Now,
and we could put it that way too.
We talked about the card. Overall, I'll give this card a B plus. I like the card personally. I'm probably not going to watch it, but I do like the card.
Is that the highest rating you've had for a card, for a Zuffa card?
No.
Going into it.
No, they had a couple A cards. I like their first 2 cards.
No, ooh, was A card on paper? The first one with
Yeah.
Callum Walsh.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was good. It delivered, over delivered for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, but because here's the thing, Ezra. Your problem is you're not familiar with these fighters.
Well, of
I'm
course
in the
not.
weeds. I'm in the weeds when it comes to boxing.
Yeah.
So I know these fighters. So I
You're
like these
you're
matchups.
watching a lot of nonsense. You're watching a lot of nonsense.
Now I will say, pugilism thinks we have no respect for Brandon Glanton. That's not true.
That's not
Brandon Glanton, I'm a big fan of Brandon Glanton. Brandon
Wait.
Glanton gave us one of the great cruiserweight fights of the 21st
Apache.
century against F.A. Apache on fucking Fox. What are we talking about? We
Yeah,
love
but
Brandon
he's a
Glanton
guy-
over here, bro.
But also, he's a guy that came up short against CBS. You know what I mean? And I think CBS is a good fighter, but not a great fighter, right? I don't think CBS is on
Ezra,
Overtime's
you're
level.
something else, Ezra.
Well, he did. He came up short against CBS. So, like, I'm saying, like, CBS isn't a world championship level fighter. He's not like
how do we know CBS isn't on Opetai's level? Opetai didn't fight him.
No, because here's the thing. Like, if you don't
But
have the eyes to see the CBS,
you know who did fight him?
Hold on. If you don't have the eyes to know that CBS is not on Opetai's level, then you need to get those glasses checked again. I'll just tell you that again right now. You might need to get the new prescription. Maybe those ain't thick enough. Because I'm saying, if you don't know that CBS and Opetai are not the same level, that this guy's far superior to the other guy, you got to get the glasses checked again. You got to go back, and you got to get these checked again. And maybe it's got to be this thick this time.
But listen, shout out to Brandon Glanton.
This time in order to
shout out to Brandon Glanton. We ain't disrespecting Brandon Glanton here on Brunch Boxing. We like Brandon Glanton.
If this guy's picking Brandon Glanton, put it on there. Tell me right there. If we're disrespecting because we didn't pick him to beat Opetai, then put it out there. Put the comment right there that you're picking.
No, he said to pick it to go the distance. I don't. Here's the thing. I don't think this fight is going the distance either way.
Yeah, I think either way wins, it's going to be a stoppage.
Yeah. I don't think it's going the distance either way.
That's what I said in the breakdown. I said, hey, this is not going the distance.
Yeah. That's no disrespect to Brandon Glanton. Come on, man. But now, what do you think about? Shout out to Rosebud. He setting you straight, Ezra. He said you don't technically know that unless they fight as.
No, that's not true. You know what? Let me tell you right now. This is where we pick and choose mentalities. This is pick and choose. Because I could put Inoue 1,000 hypothetical matchups, and we would know he would win those fights. You can put him at thing. Sometimes you don't need to see it. Now you could say, oh, if CBS is at a high level, then all right, they got to fight each other. But there's no one in their right mind that's picking CBS over Opetai. There just isn't.
Here's what you're missing, Ezra.
But on paper, the odds should be heavy in Opetai's favor. You should be heavy in his
but
favor.
you know what? Hey, paper doesn't win fights.
No, of course not. But those are why massive upsets happen. Because no one thought this guy had a chance. That's what I'm talking about. Everything when you get in the ring.
And Ezra, Inoue is a bad example. Inoue is an all-time generational talent.
Oh, that's fine. But I'm saying you have guys that are superior to others.
Opetaiah ain't that.
No, that's fine. 100%. 100% you're right. But what I'm saying is you have guys that are superior to others. Like there's guys that I can name right now that I don't need to see in the ring with Shakur unless they go on an insane win streak and force the situation. There's guys I don't need to see in the ring with Shakur. Okay? That's just the case. And people pick and choose this because, Matt, you'll say this stuff all the time. That guy sucks. He shouldn't be in there. Who cares for that fight? Hell, you do it all the time. You just did it right now. You just did it with the whole book thing.
What are you talking about? Wait, what are you talking about?
He just did the whole thing right now. He just put on 10 guys. He was like, I don't need to see Booth in the ring with that guy. He got his ass.
Because I want to see Rashidi Ellis. That's what I want to see.
Did that. That's what I'm telling you.
But bro, I'm tired of seeing Madrimov. First of all, Madrimov is not entertaining.
I'm with you. Hey, I'm with you. Well,
all right, Ezra,
no one should complain about a fight ever.
Ezra, you didn't hear me say, oh, they shouldn't match him with Boots because Boots is going to beat them easily. You didn't hear me say that.
Come on.
What were you saying, wait, did you hear me say that, Ezra?
Come on, Matt. What were you saying?
Yeah, exactly. You didn't hear me say that. I said I want to see the Rashidi Ellis fight. And with Opetaiah, I'm telling y'all right now, he should be on upset alert because Brandon Glanton. Listen, say what you want about Brandon Glanton. He is bringing the fucking noise. He is bringing the fucking noise to Opetaiah.
Be a man and pick it. That's what I would
No, I don't want to be a man.
And pick it.
I want to be a boy. I don't want to be a man.
Upset alert.
I'm just saying.
Someone steps in the ring, I guess they're on upset alert.
All I'm saying is that this fight is going to be a war for as
No,
long
I
as it
think listen.
lasts.
Yeah, I agree with you on that. I think it's going to be an offensive fight. I just think Optai is superior to him. That's it. It's not. It's not. It's not. You know, no disrespect. I don't think CBS is on Optai's level. I'm sorry, no disrespect to that. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was some big CBS following.
So why did Opatai go take his belt?
I don't know. I don't know why they didn't, but that happens a lot of times. But
Hey, but Zerto
because he's afraid
did.
of CBS?
But Zerto did.
I
Zerto
get that.
did.
You know what it is?
Listen,
I
hey,
tell you.
listen.
I'm just
No, because here's what I know,
I
Ezra.
catch
Here's,
on.
no,
I catch
no, no,
on to Matt real quick.
Ezra. Here's what I know, Ezra. When it's time to make the fights, all of a sudden this guy's fighting Ellis Zorro
Well, hey,
and
listen,
Jordan Thompson.
I think you could have complaints. I think you have complaints about him 100%. Don't get me on. I'm 100% on his corner. I'm not. But I'm telling you what you're doing, and you know,
bro, Zerto went to
Zerto
cruiserweight.
is fighting Benavidez.
No. You're
Listen,
so
wait.
dumb. You're so dumb, bro.
No.
Hold
Let me tell you.
Zerto went to cruiserweight, beat Arslan Gulamarian, who was a long-time champion, and then he also beat. No. Hold
I'm a fan of Zerto. You have to tell me. I don't know. You're trying to tell me on Zerto.
At the very least, why John Opatai never fought Junior Dorticos, who was part of that Super Series? He didn't even fight him.
Yes,
and Zerto did all of that. Zerto did all of that.
But I know that you're gonna be on the Obadiah slander wagon, and I know
it's not about slander. It's really
you're gonna be pumping up Zerto.
Bro, hold on.
You're gonna be pumping up Zerto.
You know what?
Right now.
Because
all right. Zerto for the next
Here we go. Opataya. He fought Hussein Sin-Cara, Claudio Squayo, David Nika, Jack Massey. Those are his last 4 fights.
It hasn't been a good run. I know.
So what the fuck are we talking about?
But I'm just telling you that
Zerto has done more.
Well, I get you.
Zerto has done more at cruiserweight
than all those wins.
It's not. Bradis was washed.
Okay. So that's what I'm saying.
Bradis was washed.
But let's be honest, right? Was Dorticos at the best of his game?
No, absolutely not.
Exactly. So
but you know who was? But you know who was? But you know who was? CBS and Arslan Gulamarian.
Matt, CBS isn't that high level though. Like I get you with the thing, but CBS isn't that high level. Like he's a really over.
Bro, it's easy to say that. All I know is CBS beat Lawrence Okoli, which is a good fucking win.
It is.
Which is a good fucking win.
It is a good win. And I'm just. That's the thing. I know that you're about to be downplaying Opataya, and I know we're about to really pump up Zerto.
It's not about downplaying Opataya. It's about respected work.
I get you.
Zerto has done the work. Zerto has done the work. Opataya has not done the work.
But Brandis
has not done the work.
But Brandis is a better win than what Zerto has.
Why? Why is he a better win?
He was a proven champion. He was the guy at the division. He was the man of the division.
No, bro, you can't. Hey, let me tell you something. You can't be the man of any division with just one belt. Go fight the other guys. You like it on paper. I like to see guys do it in the fucking ring.
No. I don't like it on paper.
Go do it in the ring.
I don't like it on paper. I've been saying I want him to fight these guys. I want him to fight Zerto. I do want that. I've been saying that.
Yeah.
But
listen.
What you're doing, and this is what everyone does an argument, right? Where there does an argument, is you're on one side. I'm just saying I don't necessarily 100% agree with that, and you're saying, well, you're 100% on that side. That's not what it is. I'm just somewhere in the middle. I'm just not so.
But listen. Junior Dorticos, Chris Billum Smith, Arslan Gulamarian, Joe Smith Jr. Those are Zerto's 4 fights at cruiserweight.
Like Joe Smith, right? Like is that really like one where we're like you got to add that one to the thing?
Hey, ask Bernard Hopkins.
Come on, man. Come on. What are we doing?
Ask Bernard Hopkins. I don't know.
This is
like the mind of the ring.
This is one of the
more shows. And now he's going to fight David Benavidez. Another killer.
Here's the thing.
Now he's fighting another killer. What are we talking about, bro?
I love it. Zerto is getting in there and he's getting to work. I love it. He's also been in the ring with Bivol. Didn't hesitate. Got in there 100%. I love it. Well,
so why are we downplaying Zerto?
No one's downplaying them. But there's an obvious, to me, it's pretty obvious is when you get in the guy's corner, you go and you pump one guy up, and then you drag the other person down.
What has John Opataya done to get pumped up?
He beat the man of the weight division twice.
Bro, the man according to
Now,
who?
now
Ring
I'm
Magazine?
with you. I'm with you.
Ring
But over time,
Magazine? I could give a fuck about Ring
no,
Magazine.
he was the man of the division. I mean,
The
what are you
man
talking about?
according to who?
No. There you go. We can do that any division. You can do that any
The
division
man
of any guy.
according to who? You
You can do
gotta
that for any
fight
division
the
of any guy.
people.
We can do that for any
Bro,
division of any
you
guy.
have to fight the people.
Matt, you can do that for any division of any guy. I agree with you though
Yes,
on that.
and we should. And we should.
Yeah,
You
I
have to
agree.
fight the
Listen,
people.
I agree with you. Zero's gotten to work. He's gotten to work, and he's getting into Benavides. And Benavides has got there, and he's gotten to work. He's gonna fight them. I
Yes,
love the fight.
they are doing more work
And
than this
I
guy.
said when the fight was signed, I said
Bro,
that's a good
bro,
fight.
bro. That win against Briedis was in 2022, my man.
Yes, but
That's
I'm with you
4
on the
years
matchmaking.
ago.
I'm
4
with you on the
years
matchmaking.
ago, bro.
I'm with the matchmaking. There's not a lot of killers at a cruiserweight. I think we need to agree to
Bro,
that. There's not a lot
4
of killers at
years
cruiserweight.
ago.
There's not a lot
4
of killers at
years
cruiserweight.
ago.
Matt, there's not a lot of killers at cruiserweight.
I think we're seeing
Bro,
a lot of time.
and then hold on. And then fucking my man was out of the ring for 2 more years to fight the rematch. He fought the rematch coming off a 2 year layoff. That's not impressive.
Oh, okay.
That's not impressive. So if you really want to get Joe Pataya's record, his best win was in 2022. And then he fought Jordan Thompson, Ellen Zorro. Brain is coming off 2 years. Jack Massey, David Nika, Claudio Squayo, and Hussein Sin Cara. What are we talking about?
Listen,
And you want
I'm
me
telling
to
you.
praise that? Do you want me to praise that?
No, there's no praising. What you're
So
trying to
what the
say, though,
fuck
no,
are
but
you
there's no
talking
praising.
about? So
There's
stop
no
trying to say
praising.
I'm trying.
No.
So stop trying to say I'm trying to pummel
Because you're
Zerto
trying.
to tear
You are.
down John. Look at the record.
No.
Look at the
I've seen the
fucking
records.
record,
I'm not unfamiliar with the records. I've seen the records.
bro.
But what I'm saying is
Bro,
this: look at Zero's gotten there and he's done work. I'm with you on this. But
real
you're trying to
quick,
put like we don't know Jai's good
real
or
quick,
those
real
things, and
quick,
I don't
real
think that's right.
quick.
I don't think that's the thing. I don't
His
think
record.
that's the case.
Hold
Now,
on.
here's the thing.
His
No,
record. No. His record
Joe
is so
Smith. Joe
unimpressive.
Smith, bro, has
His
not been
record.
relevant in
No, you're
years.
not gonna overtalk me. This is my show.
Well, I understand. Joe Smith hasn't been relevant in years.
His record
He
is
hasn't been
so
relevant in years.
unimpressive. His record
Dorticos
is so
was in the tournament. He hasn't been relevant since the tournament. He hasn't been relevant since the tournament.
I don't hear you. His record is so unimpressive that the IBF stripped him for fighting Elizoro. The IBF fucking stripped him for fighting him. That's how unimpressive a record is. And guess what? He's losing his belt again. He's losing because he's an idiot. His name is John Dobataya because he's a fucking moron. The fucking moron. Somehow he don't know how to unify, but then says he wants to unify when he fights a shit fight. But guess what? He picked the wrong one because Brandon Glanton gonna let him know that he's been in a fight.
Pick it.
Brandon Glanton's gonna let him know that he's been in a fight.
Pick it.
We've spent way too much time talking about this fight. EzRaw, Matt, do you guys have any way for the people to make money this weekend?
No, before we get to that, what's your thoughts on the IBF stripping him of his belt?
They made the right move. That law hasn't passed. The Zuffa belt isn't recognized yet. He's going in for a fight that's unsanctioned. They made the right move. And I'm glad that they didn't fold because it looked like they were going to fold. I was worried they were going to fold, but I'm glad they didn't. I'm glad they went and made the decision that they made because that was the right move. So listen, that's right there. There's a stance going to be made on how much these belts are really coveted. We're about to find out for fighters. We're about to find out how coveted these belts are and how much legacy and all that mean. We're about to see, but that was the right move by them.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm hearing that WBC belt may be on the line for Benavidez versus Zerto. If I'm the IBF and the WBC,
you can throw it on there.
I'm making a statement and I'm putting all the belts on the line in the pot for Zerto versus Benavidez. And you know what? We say, hey, you have your Zuffa boxing champion. This is our champion, undisputed. Come at me, bro.
I don't hate it.
Come at me, bro. And the reason why the WBC belt might be available is because there are rumors that Noel McCallion may be signing to Zuffa Boxing.
So all the guys gonna lose their belts because of Zupa?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah. All right, now make the people money, Ezra.
Yeah. Do you guys have any way to make people money this weekend? There's not much going on.
I'll take Obatai by stoppage. I'm not sure what the odds are on that, but I'll take him by stoppage.
They are -170.
I'll take
Bro, that's tomorrow.
I don't have nothing today.
Oh man, listen. As always, your boy's here. All right, I got something for the people today. Here's what we're gonna do. Oklahoma City Thunder over the Golden State Warriors. Detroit Pistons over the Nets. Minnesota Timberwolves over the Orlando Magic. And the Los Angeles Clippers rebounding from a loss last night to beat the Memphis Grizzlies. 4-leg parlay, 4 legs to make a table, plus 135. Thank me later.
It's not bad. Not bad. All right. Let's we got one more territory to book. The undercard for Floyd versus Manny. What do you guys think to build this card?
Ezra?
Shoot. I mean, let's get Moulton on it, Carmel Moulton on it. I would say get him in a fight that's a opponent that we at least recognize. Maybe someone passed it, but someone that we recognize. Other than that, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know who does Pacquiao have. I don't want to see his son on their card. So who do they have that they want? Would you say, Matt, that they want to highlight?
They have a very big fighter that they might want to highlight. His name is Isaac Pitbull Cruz.
Oh, that's interesting. You think? I mean, damn. I mean, he's a main event status level guy. I mean, right now he sells himself. You think that he wants to put him on that card? You think that?
Why not? He would make an interesting co-feature.
He would, but I'm just saying. I just think, yeah, I guess that makes sense. That makes sense. Who would you put him against?
Whoever.
Wouldn't matter. Who cares?
Whoever.
It's a showcase.
Put him in a showcase. Yeah, exactly. Put him in a showcase.
Okay.
Who gives a shit?
So Moulton and Cruz. Not
Yeah.
versus obviously, but on the card. Yeah, I like that. It builds future stars.
Yeah, then you can fill up the rest of the card with every Filipino. Wonder Boy, Carl Jams, or Carl Jammer, as Mike calls him. Put him on the card. He has star potential. You know, they got some people.
JBZ, who you thinking should be on this undercard?
I like the Isaac Cruz angle. I'm not sure if they're gonna have him be in a fight before that, because it'll be some time. But that's a good idea. Having Carmel Moulton featured on there is something. Who else? Probably one or two other people for Manny Pacquiao Promotions and Mayweather Promotions. Although Mayweather Promotions has John Easter, but he's going to be involved in a fight soon, so you can put him back on for that. But I think you would have to see if they could get other fighters involved in that card, so that it would kind of pack it out. If it's going to be on Netflix, just having that exposure is going to be enough for a number of fighters they would be able to get on the card. But as of right now, those are the only ones that I could think of at the moment.
And you know who else I would like to see on this card? Lorenzo Parra. He earned it with that knockout of Elijah Pierce.
Yeah.
Let's have Lorenzo Parra on that card. He was on Manny Pacquiao's last card. Let's have him on that card.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with any of the Pacquiao guys, Ezra?
I saw Parra knock out Elijah Pierce, like you said last week. But not a lot of his guys know.
What about the general, Pedro Tataran?
No, the general. I like the nickname. It's a great nickname.
I think he would make an interesting thing. And I think Rex So from China, they might want to put him on the card, the Wonder Kid. He's another Pacquiao fighter.
Besides Moulton, does Floyd have anyone that's like exciting?
I like Joseph Brown.
Okay. What way is
I
he?
think Joseph Brown's a very interesting young fighter.
Yeah,
What
that's
weight?
good.
I don't know what way he's going to be coming in at because he's only like 18 years old.
Okay.
He's very, very young. Very good fighter out of Canada. The Candyman, John Easter, like BZ mentioned, good fighter. Yeah, he got a couple guys that I think are interesting fighters, but none are obviously household names yet.
All right. And then before we get out of here, in the comments here, it wasn't on the
Oh, wait.
rundown, but just want to.
I got one.
Oh, what's
What
that,
you got?
Easy?
Mark Mexio. What about him?
He
He was Zuffa now. He signed with
Wait,
Zuffa.
Zupa?
Yeah, he left and went to Zuffa. What a bad move, by the way. But yeah.
Very bad move.
It wasn't on the rundown, but I just wanted to make sure. Pay the Toll Boxing. I believe that's our guy Jonathan Foreman here. Just reminded us there is a pro box card tonight. That'll be on YouTube. Hasiel Amador versus Pedro Delgado in a 10-round super flyweight fight is headlining that card.
Yep. Pro box. There's supposed to be another fight card on in Pennsylvania that has Kurt Scobie and Avius Griffin on it. So
I think Avius Griffin got pulled from that card.
He just got pulled.
I don't know if he just got pulled, but I know he wasn't on the card last I checked. He was originally scheduled to be on the card, but he disappeared off the card. Let me just triple check to see if they put it back on, because I'm on Box Rec right now. All right, Avius Griffin is back on the card. Yeah, he's back on. He's back on.
Yeah, because I was looking at it.
I think we're in our quick hit section of here, so we're kind of responding to some of the things from the listeners. Matt, a question for you while you're looking this up: do you think Tank leaving PBC could be a possibility?
No.
All right, and then Mike, question from Sibby. I'm going to direct this one to you because I don't think it should go to Matt. If I ask Matt,
but just so we know why, Tank is under contract. He's under contract with them, so he's not going anywhere.
From friend of the show, Sibby Boxing, they are the Golden Glove Championship today. Will you send them shirts if they get the W, Mike?
How many shirts?
Just one. He's got one fighter in it.
Yeah, for sure.
All right.
I'll need to see proof of that win, though. Video.
There is one thing that Brunch Boxing likes is we like winners.
Hey, just so you know, proof of winning would be the fucking Golden Gloves Championship, you idiot.
I need to see the trophy then.
It's the Golden Gloves. What is wrong with this guy?
I need to see a trophy. I need something. It can't just be City's word. I'm sorry.
All right. Do we have anything else for the people before we head out?
Ezra?
No.
Listen, I think we pretty much covered it all. We're gonna be doing a midweek show this week because we got some news and notes we didn't get to. We didn't talk about Devin Haney versus Rolly Romero yet. And I really want to do a deep dive into that. But today is Naoya Inoue Day. So we're going to do a deep dive into Rolly versus Devin Haney because a lot of y'all motherfuckers was talking a lot of shit about Rolly Romero. What y'all got to say now? What y'all got to say now? People keep thinking that these guys are scared of each other. I'm going to repeat this again. There are no such things as boogeymen in boxing. Anyone will fight anyone with the right deal.
That's not true. David Benavidez is a boogeyman in boxing.
Only to Canelo.
And Bivol.
I think I'm going to reserve comment on Bivol.
All right.
It did take you 5 years to say Canelo was ducking him. So
yeah,
I'm going to reserve comment on Bivol.
All right.
All right,
That's
Matt.
good. That's good.
All right, man. Hey, listen, first of all, make sure you guys sign up for the Brunch Boxing website, www.brunchboxing.com. I would also like for you guys to subscribe to the YouTube.
We lost him?
I gotta tell you, it's about an hour too late, but it's all right.
But,
God answered our prayers.
Subscribe to the YouTube, the TikTok, all that
God
stuff.
works in mysterious
How close
ways,
are we to the users to getting to
God will
1,000.
answer your prayers,
We're about
guys.
two. We're between 200 and 300 away from 1,000. So we want to get.
Okay, so there we go.
Thurman fight. We'll be putting out more content. EzRaw, you're going to be putting out some weekly videos, some of your rants, some of your weekend wrap up here on the channel. So tune in for those. We're going to have the midweek shows, and then we're going to have some breakdowns that EzRaw might do, and some more exclusive YouTube comment that's more video oriented than.
Do you think
audio.
there's a chance that Matt got hit by a bus? I mean, there has to be a chance, right?
No.
He's back. He's back.
Oh, he's back better than ever, man. He's on top of his game.
Yo,
did you get hit by a bus?
hold on. Did I get kicked out of my own show?
Oh,
you got
Right.
your audio just
Yeah, I
died.
kicked
when you
you.
left.
Matt, yeah, I kicked you. Yeah, I kicked
You got hey, EzRaw hit
I
you
kicked
with
you.
the shield.
EzRaw could have kicked you. That's true.
I kicked you.
Somebody, I was like, what the fuck? It's like everything just disappeared. It's like, wow. But yeah, like I said, man, subscribe to the website, brunchboxing.com. We got some changes coming to the website, some cool changes that you guys are really going to enjoy. Please subscribe to the YouTube, guys. Send it to everybody that you know. Every single person that you know, send them the YouTube right now. Retweet the YouTube. Give us a follow. Also, subscribe on Spotify and Apple Podcasts and give us a 5-star review. Please give us 5 stars, man. Help your brothers out. All that is free. But you know what's not free? The Cash App. Hit the Cash App, baby. Yeah, $sign is that your face. That's me. Hit the Cash App. Support your boy, man. Hey, listen, Mike Coppinger. Like Luke Thomas, I ain't too proud to beg. I will ask the listeners for help. So yeah, support the Cash App, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you guys hit the Cash App. $sign is that your face. Shout out to Luke Thomas, who is he had a rant of all rants that you guys should just check out. Just 7 minutes of honestly, that is what the Lupe Fiasco mural song should have sounded like. If Murals was that 7-minute rant, yeah. If that was the 7-minute rant, that was something else. So shout out to Luke Thomas, man.
Hey, to give a brief summary, but hey, y'all should listen to it and then listen to it again. But a brief summary of that rant is simply this: shut the fuck up, you little prick.
Yeah.
You prick.
I got that on the soundboard actually.
Yeah, I think that the best summary of it is she's a whore. She's a whore. Yeah, that was some good stuff, man.
Yeah.
She's a whore.
Yeah, that was some good stuff. So yeah, good stuff, man. Great show today, guys. You know, really passionate. EzRaw, take us out with the hat throw.
I don't even know where the hat is.
Oh, you see? Once again, EzRaw starts something and doesn't continue it. This has been another edition of Brunch Boxing. He is our COO, the Mexican Al Heyman Mike. He is our host, EzRaw Boxing. He is our super producer, the master marionette, Huey P. I am Matt. We are Brunch Boxing. Tune into RNS TI versus 50 Cent tomorrow, and we are out.